Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Minions doing stuff that they're not supposed to do. It's me, I'm your host, and today we are gonna have ourselves a time. Today's activity is gonna be super fun for our three little minions, and that is clean up an extremely messy closet. It is gonna be a piece of cake for these guys who specialize in causing absolute chaos wherever they go. I can't wait to see what kinds of mischief they get into while they're organizing. Let's go meet them. We find our three favorite minions, Bob, Stuart, and Kevin, standing in front of a closet that is literally overflowing with clothes. It's bulging at the seams, shoes are spilling out the sides. There's even one hat that's gone rogue and gone airborne. These minions are absolutely mesmerized by this closet. They haven't seen anything like it before, and they don't know what to do first. As if by magic, Bob gets an idea. He takes a long stick poking out of a laundry basket nearby and starts poking the clothes in the closet. He really seems to enjoy this and sticks his tongue out in concentration. I love the look on Stuart's face. He's got an old brown shoe on his head and he's looking down at it like, why am I wearing this? Why is it on my head? And Kevin just looks super determined. He's cracking his knuckles and looking ready to dive right in. So let's see what these guys get up to. First up, Bob says messy, yuck. He's still poking the clothes in the closet with his stick. Then Stuart says hoppy shoe, haha, while wearing his shoe hat. And Kevin says organize, tidy. What does everyone say when they're about to crack some knuckles? You heard him. That's what he said. We had to put that in because if we didn't, people would be asking in the comments what Kevin was doing. But no worries, folks, we got you. And now the fun begins. We hear some rustling clothes, some clanking hangers, Bob's stick poke, Stuart's giggles, and then finally something amazing. Kevin is able to pull out a single dress from the closet. It took all his might though, because as soon as it comes out, the whole thing just avalanched on top of them. Clothes, shoes, belts, hats, sunglasses, toys, pillows, kitchen utensils, oh my goodness. And there they are, barely visible under a mountain of miscellaneous items. Kevin peeks his head out and calls Barry. Help, but he's quickly covered up again. This is so funny. Bob has found a small box and he's trying to fold some clothes by stuffing them inside. He strains to close the lid, it doesn't close. He looks frustrated, but he's trying his best. Meanwhile, Stuart has found a new hat to wear. It's blue and it's got a feather attached. He puts it on his head and walks around like a fancy man. He decides it doesn't suit him, though, so he takes it off and hangs it on the nearest available clothing line, which happens to be the ceiling fan. He turns the fan on and more clothes come raining down on Bob. He gets completely buried under a pile of colorful sweaters. Oh my gosh, it looks like he's meditating now. Kevin pops his head back up through the pile of clothes and says, whoa! Whoosh, he's got a big smile on his face. He looks like he's having a lot of fun. He gives a thumbs up and then disappears again. Stuart says, fan, spinny. As more clothes fly through the air, we hear a loud avalanche of clothes, some ripping fabric, fan whirring, clothes flapping, and then suddenly everything stops. The coast is clear, well, not exactly. The closet is empty, but the entire room is covered in clothes, shoes, and random crap. I mean, look at this mess. There's clothes covering the walls, hanging from the curtains, piled up in the corner, stuffed in the fish tank, tangled in the lamps. These guys went nuts and now they're sitting in the middle of it all, covered in dust bunnies, looking proud. Woo! They did it! They cleaned the closet. Well, sort of. Bob says foldy, squishy, as he tries to stuff another sweater in the tiny box. Woo! Stuart says, hangy, pretty, pointing at the ceiling fan, which is now just a blur of colors. And Kevin says, tidy, shiny, looking around the room with a big grin on his face. They all nod proudly at their handiwork. Well, maybe they didn't do such a great job after all. I gotta say, though, it is pretty amazing how they managed to cram an entire closet full of clothes into a tiny 3x3 foot space. What kind of voodoo magic is this? I don't know. The scene fades out as we hear a whimsical, swirling tune. It feels like we're floating through the air, it feels magical. It feels like the minions have actually done something good for once. But then suddenly, thwack, a rogue sock hits the camera. It was a nice dream while it lasted. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this Minion Mayhem episode, please hit the like button. If you want to see more Minion Mayhem, subscribe so you never miss an upload. And if you want to see more of me, follow the link in the description below to find out where you can watch my show. Until next time, remember, there's only one rule in the Minion Mayhem studio, and that is have fun.